If you know anything about the world of filmmaking, you will know that sometimes things need to be cut. Sometimes it's because a character has been recast, sometimes there's a scene that feels too long or is completely pointless, and hell, sometimes it's even due to studio interference. Sometimes these things are released as bonus features on the DVD, but a lot of the time they are never released to the public. So let's look at 5 movies with lost deleted scenes.
Good day, mate.
ScribblesToScreen, this is unexpected. Welcome, what brings you here?
Oh, why, you're making a list of lost movie deleted scenes, and naturally, being the lad that evolves his channel around making lost movie content, it's something I would naturally be quite drawn to, so you wouldn't mind if I tag along for this video, would you?
That is a good point. I guess you can join me on this one.
Oh, brilliant. So, what's our first topic then?
Well, let's find out.
Can't do that. Says who? Says Mr. Chess. It's been in the rules for thousands of years. Well, I'm going to break the rules and set this fairground horse free amongst all these little square fields like that. There. I'm going to slap you in a minute.
This one gets surprisingly dark. So Spice World was a film released in 1997 starring the hit 90s pop group The Spice Girls.
If you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends.
A British girl band consisting of 5 members, Mel B, aka Scary Spice, Mel C, aka Sporty Spice, Emma Button, aka Baby Spice, Victoria Beckin, aka Posh Spice, and Gary Holloway, aka Ginger Spice. The film follows the girls as they take an adventure on their decked-out tour bus as they prepare for their first live concert at London's Royal Albert Hall. There's a bunch of side plots and stuff, and even aliens show up at some point for some reason, but I haven't seen the movie, so that's as much as I can give on it. If you want a more detailed review, go check out my friend Big Jack Film's review from a handful of years back. He goes into detail and shows just how shit this movie is. Anyways, this movie has a few cut scenes from it, and unfortunately, they are for both sad and borderline messed up reasons. For starters, there was a scene referencing Princess Diana by referencing some of her photos, but due to her passing during the film's production, they replaced it with a Teletubbies joke of all things.
Yes! I got just enough for the job. He did the Fergie toe-sucking pictures. You got the Teletubbies taking a poo. And if you want a picture of Bill Clinton tucking his t-shirt into his underpants, you can get that too.
There was also a scene with designer Gianni Versace that was cut due to him also passing during the film's production. And lastly, there was a scene with a glam rock singer named Gary Glitter. The scene was cut close to the film's release due to Gary being arrested and charged with downloading CP. I cannot say what CP stands for due to YouTube being YouTube, but the best way I can put it is that CP are videos or photos of children doing things that children should never be forced to do. Gary was also arrested in 2006 and 2015 for even worse crimes towards children. I am honestly shocked that a movie like this had to cut scenes for something as messed up as this, but it is completely understandable and the right call. Alright, let's try and make this a little more positive with our next film.
Go ahead and hit me.
Batman Forever was released in 1995, directed by Joel Schumacher. The film was a sequel to 1992's Batman Returns, but with Val Kilmer in the title role, instead of Michael Keaton. Originally, the movie had a darker tone similar to the Keaton movies, but Warner Brothers wanted a more family-friendly film, so they made Schumacher make a new cut, meaning a darker cut. The film does exist, and has been dubbed the Schumacher Cut by the internet. For the most part, the known deleted scenes are out there in some form, such as Two-Face kills his psychologist and writes, "The Bat must die" in his blood, and then escapes Arkham Asylum, and then the psychologist's body was found by Dr. Burton. The scene in full is lost, but snippets can be viewed in the music video for Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, and Kill Me by U2. There are other deleted scenes that can be viewed on the 2005 DVD release of the film. Those include an additional line of dialogue in the scene with Batman and Two-Face fighting for control in the helicopter. The cut piece of dialogue was with Two-Face accusing Batman of being a killer too, referring to all the people he killed in the previous 2 movies. There's also an extension of Show Me How to Punch scene between Two-Face and Riddler. The scene was meant to be a lot darker, as Two-Face finished off the security guards with a neck chop and leaves the Riddler to beat them brutally with his cane. Lastly, we've got some deleted scenes that appeared in the theatrical trailer, which is available on YouTube. These scenes include the Two-Face saying, "If the Batman wants to play, we'll play," in the opening scene. There is also an extended scene with the Wayne Enterprises meeting where Bruce and Alfred have a conversation as Bruce is heading down a tunnel that connects Wayne Tech to the Batcave. And lastly, a quick shot during the bank heist scene where Batman says, "Going down," to Two-Face as he's standing in the elevator. While most of the known deleted scenes are out there, the main reason that this is still considered to be lost media is due to the previously mentioned, the Schumacher cut, as thanks to a tweet from the film's writer, Mark Bernani, following the unfortunate passing of Joel Schumacher in 2020. The cut appears to be 170 minutes, which is round about 50 minutes longer than the cut that we got, meaning that there is likely many more deleted scenes that are out there that we don't even know about. Will we ever see the extended cut to Batman Forever? Well, given the big promotional push of the hashtag release the Zack Snyder cut, maybe it might be in Warner Bros' interest. Only time will tell.
Up next are some lost deleted scenes from the classic 1976 film. Oh, wait a minute, not this 1976 film. Damn it, Jack, stop fucking with my videos!
Yeah, that's what you get for not doing a 16-bit show in over 2 fucking years, Brad.
Look, I swear one is in the works. I've just been busy and shit, you know? Totally haven't been sitting on my ass doing fuck all.
You lying sack of shit! I have you under contract! Now get to a 16-bit show before I sell you to Microsoft!
Alright, God, I'll get one done. Just get out of my video.
Fine. But you've been warned. Next time it might be Disney.
What an asshole.
He's an asshole.
Anyways, the actual movie we are talking about is Rocky, a film that follows a small-time Philadelphia boxer named Rocky Balboa as he trains and builds up the strength to fight the world heavyweight champion. The film is not only a bona fide classic, but it has spawned a whole franchise of films. While the film was in production, several scenes were cut due to budget and pacing reasons. What's surprising though is that even with this film doing exceptionally well in the box office, MGM didn't hold on to the scenes and it is unknown if they still exist. Out of all the missing scenes, only 3 are known. These are the scenes. A continuation of the Women Weaken Legs scene, where a TV crew comes in to interview Rocky at the gym, only to have Apollo Creed and his team arrive to show it's a publicity stunt. As Apollo playfully insults Rocky and hypes the upcoming fight, Dipper, who is the young boxer that took Rocky's locker, walks up and challenges Rocky to a fight right in front of Apollo and the cameras, claiming that Rocky has taken his heavyweight contender chance away. Dipper then tells Rocky to then bow down and kiss his feet, and Rocky responds by punching him in the ribs, breaking them and laying him out on the floor. Apollo then begins to consider that he is up against more than he bargained for. In the scene after Adrian presents Rocky with Buttkiss, the dog, she talks to Rocky about the hate mail he's been receiving. She then reveals that she bought him a custom-made shirt reading "Win, Rocky, win," which he would then be seen wearing during his training in Mickey's gym, a scene that was also cut. Lastly, we got the original ending, which would have had Rocky and Apollo's fans carrying them out of the ring on their shoulders after Apollo's narrow victory. Rocky then goes backstage looking for Adrian. He finds her behind the curtain at the back of the arena, and the two walk off hand in hand towards the dressing room. Sylvester Stallone, the actor who played Rocky, found the scene unsatisfying, so reshoots were done a week or so later with the now memorable ending. Despite this, the portrait of Rocky and Adrian walking off together was a widely used poster shot. Nearly 15 years after the film's release, Stallone claims that he made inquiries to MGM asking if he could use some of the deleted footage for Rocky V, which was set to come out at the time. MGM responded by saying that all the footage was incinerated in the 1980s, meaning it is extremely unlikely that this footage will ever surface.
In 1989, just before Ghostbusters 2 was released, several scenes were cut by the director Ivan Reitman in order to speed up the movie's runtime. The scenes are as followed. A minor segment during the comeback montage with the ghostly jogger was originally a small scene where, after capturing him, the Ghostbusters time have ran and joked about it. During the montage that shows the supernatural effects of the slime on the city, a subway train was shown to stop due to technical problems. When two of the workers inspect the track to determine the cause, they find two frightening looking frogs like demons with large tongues. Ugh. The scene was cut because the workers' reactions were deemed too comical than realistic. When the Ghostbusters investigate the painting that Vigo's spirit resides in, he hypnotizes Ray, Dan Aykroyd, into attempting to kill his friends in the Ecto-1 by speeding through traffic and running through red lights. Winston, aka Ernie Hudson, manages to overpower him by crashing the vehicle into a tree. Some of the footage was retained in the montage. Louis, played by Rick Moranis, attempts to catch Slimer, first by using Kentucky Fried Chicken, stringing the legs across the ceiling, but only manages to collapse it. The second attempt was with himself posing as a pizza delivery man and attempting to shoot Slimer with his proton pack. Louis manages to get his cousin, Sherman, who works at the sanitarium, to get the Ghostbusters a clean bill of health and releases them. Sherman asks the Busters to give him a ride, but they leave him behind anyway. Bill Murray, betraying Venkman, tries to lead some firefighters into a chorus of Kumbaya to open the slime shield around the museum. However, their efforts only manages to open a very tiny hole instead. In terms of the availability, only stills of many of these scenes have made it to the public. However, in 2013, a filmmaker by the name of Bradley Johnson attempted to make a documentary about these lost scenes by creating a Kickstarter and even proposed on raising money for creating an extended cut of Ghostbusters 2, although the Kickstarter was unable to meet its goals, so the planned project was cancelled. As of this recording, only 7 minutes worth of deleted scenes have made it to the DVD and Blu-rays, with so much more footage still locked up in the Sony archive. I suppose considering that Sony has just recently released the work print of the original Ghostbusters movie, maybe they'd be more generous to share with us with what they got in their archives.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
Our last entry on the list goes to Stanley Kubrick's sci-fi epic 2001: A Space Odyssey. The simplest way that I can describe this movie is that a monolith is discovered under the surface of the moon, and it's discovered to have been placed there intentionally and is originally from Jupiter. So an expedition is sent out in hopes of finding the source that buried the monolith, and they are aided by a supercomputer named HAL 9000. I have never seen this film, hence a sort of subpar synopsis, but I do remember the Disney Recess episode where they sort of parodied the movie, and even have a supercomputer that's just like HAL, but his name is Sal.
That is something I cannot allow to happen.
Anyways, after the world premiere of 2001: A Space Odyssey, Kubrick decided to make some cuts in order to improve the film's pacing. Because of this, around 17 minutes of the film is missing. To start with, some of the shots from the Dawn of Man scene were removed, and a new scene was inserted at the part where an ape pauses with a bone it is about to use as a tool. The scene that was added was a low-angle shot of the monolith, which is used to establish a connection between the ape and the monolith. There were also some shots of Frank Poole jogging in a centrifuge that were removed, as well as an entire sequence of several shots in which Dave Bowman searches for the replacement antenna part in storage, a scene where HAL 9000 severs radio communication between the Discovery and Poole's pod before killing him, and lastly, some shots of Poole's spacewalk before he is killed were removed. Now, why I chose to end this video with this film is because technically these scenes aren't lost, as on October 10th, 2017, an article from Bloomsmag was posted stating the footage was found by Warner Bros. In a salt mine vault in Kansas. However, as of the recording of this video, that footage has not been released. And guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I want to give a big thank you to ScribblesToScreen for joining us today. A link to his channel will be available down below and at the end of the video. I would highly recommend checking him out if you are into lost media content. Also, a quick thanks to Big Jack Films for making a cameo. If you would like to see my videos early or get a shout out, then become a patron, like our super patron Ryan Smith. Hit the link down below and check out our Patreon. Only $1 a month or more will get you special perks. Anyways, thanks for watching everyone, and we'll be back soon. Take care.
Oh, you've made it to the end. Congratulations. Here are some various videos from Obscure Media TV. You can subscribe if you want to, if you haven't already. Go on then, click on something. Oh wait. It's jolly good, isn't it?